Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another couch video. Many factors influence a woman's attraction for a man. Many factors, because look, y'all know me. I'm just gonna be realistic about it. A lot of people are too simplistic about what attracts a woman to a man. Too many people. You know, even when I say body game, if people really pay attention, I say that's just the foundation. I always say you got to have a variety of factors. Anybody look at what I teach, I'm all, especially on my on-demand videos, on my Rom TV, I'm talking about a bunch of things. Because it's never just one factor that's going to make a woman go for a man. Because you got some guys thinking a woman's just going to go for a man just because he has a handsome face. It can be a bait, but sometimes a woman will reject a man because of his handsome face. I'm gonna tell you what, my favorite rejection, I'm gonna be real, it's a favorite rejection because I was cool with the woman. And she actually told me straight up, I wasn't even trying to really get with her anyway, but she told me straight up, she said, Rom, I couldn't date you. And I was just like, why? She called me a pretty boy. This when I was younger. And I was like, wow, pretty boy. That's kind of an insult, but you know. She said she liked rougher looking men. She said she liked rougher looking men. Cause she said, no, cause your eyes, your skin tone, everything. Shoot, even now people think, if I shave all this, people think I'm in my 30s. So she didn't like that, but she liked rough looking men. Indeed, there's many women who have publicly say they like ugly men. But it's never just that anyway. It's never just that. See, women always, they looking at the big picture. And there's many factors that go into a woman's decision. It's never, see, some people just say, oh, it's just looks. Bullshit. It plays a part because it's a part of the overall picture. But what about social class? Like a lot of guys use the term hypergamy. But hypergamy means moving from one social class to another, not moving to the best man. Look it up. It means moving from, and most women can't practice it. And I've gotten in arguments with dudes about it. I'm like, dude, look it up. So if you get a poor woman, and it's usually an attractive poor woman, and she wants that guy who's a millionaire, and she got the attraction for it, that's hypergamy. But then the money does play a part, because some dudes say it's just money. Well, yeah, it plays a part, but it's different with different women. You get a woman who's looking for a mark, oh yeah, that money's attractive. You get a woman, she making six figures herself, and I actually know a couple women, one who's built her own, who had her own house built, and another one who's having a house built as we speak. Money ain't a big part of it with her and men. And then, you know, even with the height thing, okay, they paying attention to that. Now, those are basics. They are paying attention to height. But usually it's just as long as the man's taller than them. But as I said, class plays an issue. Class plays an issue. Most women stay within their class. They look for somebody who they can relate to. Because sometimes a woman might deal with a guy and, okay, say if the woman is, shout out BGS Itmore, he talked about the octane model, where she's a 92 octane, which means she's typically got double advanced degrees. She's a professional running some. She's in corporate America or something. She ain't, I don't care how fine that dude is, that he could be a model gorgeous. She might not mess with him because he's not on her level financially. Now she might anyway, maybe for sex or something real quick, as long as he stay quiet. But most of them don't. Most of them, you deal with those 92s. And trust me, I got the background to have dealt with primarily 92s. And the thing is, the first question out their mouth is, oh, what do you do for a living? Oh, where do you work? Where'd you go to school? And if you can't answer those questions, I don't care how good you look. So that comes into it, but that's them. Now somebody else, they see that guy, they might jump his bones. But even then, if you look at a lower class, if you look at the ratchet class and everything, they checking you out. If you looking too clean cut, they like, no, I don't care. You can look like a fashion model. They like, no, he look like a punk. And indeed, even getting back to that looks thing, there's also some social factors. There's a lot of women, they'll look at a guy and be questioning his sexual orientation. If he looked too clean cut, because I've seen some comments by some guys talking about, oh yeah, women want pretty boys. Well, I personally know a lot of women, you look like a pretty boy. They either don't want you or they're questioning your sexual orientation. So that's playing a part. That's just on some looks thing. Now, I brought up the class thing. Religion plays a big part. Some women, they ain't gonna mess with you if you ain't practicing the religion if they practicing too. Regardless of what you look like, regardless how much money you got. You get some, I know, I've mentioned her before, a little friend I got, I see her every now and then, real sweetie. In fact, there's a picture of us on IG, real just cool. I specifically say she make me laugh, but she real religious. If you ain't worshiping your Lord and Savior Jesus Christ like 5 days a week, like in church literally 5 days a week, she ain't giving you no play. And for her, if you got tats, anything, you looking too rough, she's like, whatever. She is like, whatever. Because there's not so much even the look or your looks, but it's the look. What social class do you look like you're a part of? What religion do you practice? And then there's a whole bunch of other little things. Like you get some women who they want a straight thug. They want a killer. And it ain't because they just like thugs, something wrong with them. No, they might have experienced something where they might have been attacked. They could have been abused. They want somebody who will kill people. That's how deep it is. That is, and it's like, you might be like, why is she with him? Because he'll kill somebody. No, seriously, they like that. They like, some would like a roughness. And see, here's the thing. Every single woman is different. Every single woman. See, when they looking at you, that's just the surface. See, a lot of guys thinking surface because that's how we are. As long as she fine, for most men, that's all she need to be. As long as she fine. But for women, they be looking at every little thing. They be listening to your voice tone. Definitely how you look, your body and all that. And that plays a part. But then it's like, oh, what's your social class? What are you doing for a living? And I remember, one of the few times I met a woman in the street, and she might, for all I know, she watching this, she seen some of my videos. I remember I literally met her coming out of a restaurant. She was walking, she was clocking me, walking at the same pace. I was like, okay, she interested. I'm gonna tell you what. She found out and she told me straight up right there. She was like, oh yeah, you look good and all of that. She told me straight up. She was concerned about what I did for a living. She actually had an issue with me because I didn't have a business card on me. Because I gave her a business card, but it wasn't on me. It was in my car. And I wasn't thinking, I don't be walking down there. I had on just a regular polo shirt, not even like Ralph Lauren polo, just one of those polo shirts from like Target, just some jean shorts, some sneakers. Or walking shoes. Yeah, it was actually sneakers. It wasn't even walking shoes. I was looking bummy in my opinion, or just very casual. I wasn't thinking business. She had an issue with that because her mindset was more business, more that professional thing. And she told me straight up. She looked me in the eye and said, you look real good. But then I wasn't carrying myself in that 92 octane mode. That she didn't see that right there. So it was just like, okay, that influenced something. Like we talked, but then even then, we did talk on the phone a couple times. Even then, it was like business. It was on that professional level. But it was just like, I left that world behind. But that's how she was thinking. See, women taking all that into account. But see, I see a lot of guys talking and they think it's just a simple thing. Nah, it's not. That's why I always say, just develop yourself to the best of your ability, find your tribe. Because your tribe is going to include more than just a physical thing. It's going to include the women who are good with however you choose to worship God or not worship, your social class, the things you like to do. You get some women, if they the type of woman who uses drugs, well, guess who they looking for? And if you, I don't care what you got going on, you don't use drugs, they might be like, no, you don't want to smoke that joint with me. Or if they the party woman, or you know what, they might be the type of woman, they the homebody. They talking with you and stuff, and you want to go out, be all out all the time. She like, Or she could be a woman into some deeper metaphysics. She want to talk, she want to talk about the chakras. She want to talk about like that herbal tea, you know, going to yoga or something. If you ain't in that same type of lifestyle, she might be, it's a lot of factors. A lot of factors influence a woman's attraction for a man. And people need to use some common sense. Seriously. Because I be seeing some dudes, they think it's one simple thing. I was like, dude, there's so many factors. And all women, they will put them all together. They will put them all together. Because this is in the real world. And I guarantee not one woman, I'm saying use the word game, will dispute me on that. Because all women, every single woman, they looking at a bunch of factors when they checking out a guy. Because even with body, as much as I promote body game, like I said, it's the foundation. And even then, even with body game, women like different bodies. You know, you might have a woman, she a little bit thicker than average, a brick house body. She don't want no slim dude. She wants somebody who can pick her ass up. And then you might get a woman who's like real slim and stuff. Shoot, she don't want no big old dude. She don't want nobody to feel like it'll crush her. You know? So it's always different. It's always different factors they looking at. Ain't no universal thing either, because every single woman is different. You can speak in general terms, but even if somebody using looks, they don't all like the same look. And people say, why you on this? I'm on here to empower men. I'm on here to empower men. See, a lot of guys saying, see, I ain't talking for my personal shit. I'm trying to make other men better. Shit, I'm good. But see, you know what, some dudes, you know, they like, well, why you saying this? Or he just doing it to make money. No, I don't make as much money as I could doing this. I'm just telling this shit to say, look, as a man, you gotta just understand this shit. Only way you can deal with it, develop yourself to the best of your ability, and don't even really do it for women. Don't even really do it for women. You're doing it for yourself. The stuff I like to do it myself. Like my big thing, a hot day for me is going to a bookstore because I like to read. I like to increase my intelligence. I ain't doing it for some women. Now, if I meet some woman in a bookstore, which I have, we good. Or if I know some woman or some woman DM me and, you know, we talk and I say, okay, let's meet here. Let's check out this bookstore. She good with it? Okay, we good. This is what I want. See, you develop yourself to the best of your ability and then see which women are down for that program. Very simple. Don't change yourself. Some guys be trying to change themselves and stuff. No. You develop yourself to the best of your ability so you can have the choice of what you want in a woman. You can have the choice. But just understand it's several factors. Nah, you might not be a fashion model looking dude. You don't need to be. All women don't want that. You might not be that guy who's that like 6-figure professional. All women don't want that. You know? And one of the things I'll say with that too, stop focusing on what some women say. I don't care how many, you go online, you can have 1,000 women say something. It don't matter. Now, when you get every single, nearly 4 billion women on the planet saying the same thing, then pay attention, but they all not. Women can't even agree on what they consider attractive. Even a consensus. Even that attraction thing, I'm gonna use the example of Jeremy Meeks. No disrespect to that man, and you know, a lot of people talk about the Meeks pill and all of that. But I remember seeing specifically online, there were some women like, ooh. And that's cool. That's why I say, as a man, don't compare yourself to another man. Focus on just developing your traits, your stuff, the stuff you like. And then focus on your tribe, which are the women who are feeling that thing. That's it. Because many factors are going to influence how they're attracted to you. You really don't know. All you can do is just work on what you're supposed to be doing in life and just develop yourself to the best and see who's feeling it and go from there. All right? So that's all I got for now, y'all. Y'all have a great weekend and all of that. Peace and blessings.